Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have another unboxing. This is actually a treadmill from the brand MAXPRO. I was actually in the market for buying a new treadmill, so I ordered it from Amazon. So this is how the packaging comes like. Let's quickly cut all the straps and let's unbox this. The model number of this treadmill is PTA460 and this one supports 2.5 horsepower DC motor and the peak is 5 horsepower, and the company claims that a person and up to 130 kg can use this treadmill. So as soon as you open the box, you have the thermocol on each sides and in the center so that the treadmill is secure. Now this treadmill weighs around 65 kg. I believe the box states it's 80 kg, but I believe it's 65 kg. So the delivery guys would be able to move it around wherever you want it. So that's the reason why I ordered from Amazon. And then as soon as you open it up, you have this fiber shields. This would go on the front side of the treadmill to cover the footings. So this is made up of fiber and it's a screw type. And along with that, you have the MAXPRO manual. So that's the brand and the model, and you could certainly go through the manual before you could install it. And then you have the nuts and bolts, which you got to use this to install it. So there are two ways of doing it. Either you could get it installed yourself by getting a video assistance, or asking the person to come visit your place and get the installation done. Then you have the QR code, and then you have the silicone lubrication oil that is a must for treadmills. This actually has an auto lubrication function. I'll show that to you later, but you also get a small quantity of lubrication oil. And then you have the 3.5mm jack. This treadmill comes with USB as well as the input for 3.5mm, and then you have the safety clip, which you got to fix it on the treadmill before you start running. So these are the things that you get. The treadmill comes in quite a good packing, thermocol on each sides. So just remove the packaging, and if you see, you have the treadmill, and this is pre-assembled. You just have few nuts and bolts to screw it in, but rest everything is pre-assembled. This one, the top display can be lifted up and then you could screw everything in. And I'm just trying to make sure that there's no dents, there's no damages to the treadmill, because normally this might happen when you get the device delivered. You have the MAXPRO branding on one of the footing, and that's the auto lubrication function which I was talking about. You just have to put the oil inside it and it'll start lubricating it. And then you have the AC input, which could directly go into your plug, your normal wall outlet. Now to get this assembled, you just have to put the screws. The first screw would be on for the display unit. You just have to screw it in on the one side, use the Allen key to turn it. Now guys, like I said, you do also get video installation option, but I just went it with the DIY stuff. I'm trying to do it myself here. And then on the other side, one problem was that the threading was not done properly. The screw did not get fixed properly because the thread wasn't inserted. So I had to put some force into it. I did screw it in at a later point in time, which I did not capture in the video, but yeah, that is something which is there. The threading was not done properly, and now I'm trying to screw the bottom part. That's the one side and the other side as well. So let's quickly screw it in. And while we are getting this done, I also asked for a video installation, and the person said that they'll call me in 15 to 20 minutes for the video installation, but I actually received the call only on the next day. So that is something that you got to keep in mind. And then the next screw would just be a long bolt that would go inside the footing. So that is there. the main reason I went with MAXPRO is because these people are part of the Welcare, and MAXPRO is the online brand and they are based out of Coimbatore. That's the reason I went with them, because I might be able to get an easier service with them. I hope so, but I'm really not sure. Now, I did run on this treadmill. I would suggest you to wait and watch the entire video in which I did I actually showed you how it feels or how it sounds when you run on the treadmill. The company claims that a person of 130 kg can run on the treadmill. I'm 95, and when I was running on the treadmill, it was making some weird noises. I'll show that to you later. And then before you could start using, you also get this clamp that is installed with the frame and the treadmill belt, because it should not move. And then once you remove it, you could just lift the treadmill up. It has an hydraulic lock, which means that it's a space saver treadmill. You could just lift it in and then you could keep it around. So I'm just removing both the screws. And the bottom side is made up of fiber. That's the belt, and the center rod is the hydraulic. You just have to push the yellow one with your finger, or rather with your foot, and it'll start settling it down. And you have the wheels with which you could move around. And I'm just installing the leg caps here. You get those screws as well. You just have to screw it in. You also get the screwdriver already inside the box. It'll hardly take you around, like, say 30 minutes for you to get everything installed. So now let's get that done on the other side as well. Now guys, to lower it, you just have to press that yellow part. I'm using my hand to do it, but I would suggest you to use actually your foot to do it. And as soon as you push it in, the treadmill would automatically lower it down. Now you might see a little wobble on the treadmill, but that's because it's actually on the cardboard box. But the wobble goes away when you do it on a solid floor. Now to lift it, you just have to pull it on the top from the end, which is pretty simple, pretty easy actually. And once it locks in, you have to put some force at the end, and it'll lift the treadmill. And then you can move it around using those wheels anywhere around your home, which is pretty good. So let me remove all the cardboard and everything, and let me show you the overview of the display now. So as soon as you turn this on, you have to insert the key. If not, the treadmill doesn't turn on. You'll have that lines on it, which means the treadmill is not turned on. And as soon as you fix the key in, you would see the treadmill turning on. And that's the 3.5mm jack which I talked about. And then on the top you have the USB with which you could play some MP3s, and at the bottom you have two speakers. This is the 3.5mm cable that you get. The display is pretty small, and those are the speaker vents which I might not be using. And then on the top you have the music control for forward and volume up and down and all that stuff. So to turn on the device, you just have to hold the start button. It'll time it down, and then it'll slowly increase the speed. On the far right side bottom you have the speed. You have an option of increasing it plus and minus the speed. And then that's the inclination. This also has an auto inclination. If you see, the device slowly raises. That's the inclination. And guys, this is not a zero inclination treadmill. This already has a fair amount of inclination when it's actually at the zero. So that is something that you have to keep in mind. On the top you have the timer that runs, and then you have a few animation that goes on. On the far right side, the 3, 6 and 9 is the speed control, a quick speed control. On the left side you have the inclination, and you have couple of mode options such as T, D and C. I don't know what those are. I have to go through those manuals, but I'm not going to use those modes. And then you have a couple of programs that are preset. For example, the program one, when you choose that, it will show you, it says preset, like the inclination and the speeds are pre-configured. So almost has 12 programs on it. Normally I'm not going to use any programs. I'll just press the button and start walking on it. Now the entire frame is like, on the top part everything is made up of plastic. It's fiber. The quality seems to be okay, guys. And then on the right arm you have the buttons to control the speeds, and you have the pulse sensor on the right side. Likewise on the left side you have the buttons to control the inclination, and you have the pulse sensor as well. And if you look at the belt, the running area is quite okay, guys. I mean, don't compare it with the commercial treadmill that you get inside gyms. This is actually a home-based treadmill, so you can't compare it with them. Belt is quite good. It's thin. I think it might degrade soon, but yeah, that's fine, and you will get a proper grip on it because it has grooves. And whenever you use the treadmill, you got to make sure that you properly lube your treadmill. And this actually can go up to a speed of 16 kilometers per hour. So once you set it, it'll slowly increase the speed. I'll also show you how loud this device is. Now it's at 16. That's at the max speed. Now I'm actually going to show you how it sounds when I'm actually running on it. So like I said, I'm 95 kg and this treadmill can hold up to 130 kg. But when I start running on it, if you see, there's this slurpy noise, like metal rubbing each other. That is something which is there. Just listen to it, guys. And that is at the speed of just 7 kilometers per hour. And if you see, the bed actually stretches, and it does give you some sort of shock absorbing, which the company claims it has. But the sound is kind of let down for me. But it kind of reduces when you just walk on it. Guys, I hope that you like this video, and I'll bring out a part 2 at a later stage. This is just a quick unboxing overview of this treadmill, because I was looking for this type of a video in YouTube for this model, but I wasn't able to find it, so I thought I'll just upload it myself. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions or suggestions, do leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to it. Take care.